citizens, that would be a war crime.
That's
We
called
just read it.
disproportionate.
Bro,
If
if
it
it hurts the
disproportionately,
citizens more, if it affects more citizens
yes,
than it
that is
actually affects the
disproportionate.
military capability, then thank you. Then it's going to affect, then it's going to be constituted as a war crime. There you go.
By who? By who?
Most likely ICC, and probably even, bro,
Uh-huh.
we might even hold our own president accountable by it. And here's the thing, you're saying by who? I'm sorry, but that's just what is written out. Just because nobody's willing to stand up and call it out doesn't mean it's not a war crime. Like I said, and I've called out Iran's war crimes for your information. Maybe just because you weren't here doesn't mean I even do it.
Have you said anything
But
about them blocking the Strait of Hormuz being a war crime?
yes, I did say that blocking trade removes a war crime. I said it multiple times actually.
And you
like
jeer when they say,
just because you're not here, don't mean I don't say it.
I haven't heard you say it. I've been here.
Monty, are you here every episode?
Pretty much. I've missed like 3 episodes in the last week.
Okay.
And you're running 2 a day. So 3 out of 14.
So thank you. You proved my point. You most likely probably missed the time I did say that it was a war crime to close the Strait of Hormuz.
It should be.
That it is harming the global economy, and that everybody's feeling the pain.
How many times have you said that what Trump's going to do is a war crime?
Like, yeah, Iran, keep it closed. No, I'm going like, bro, get this shit open. Like, what by whatever means, but not why by whatever means necessary. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like, if it involves hurting the Iranian people by putting them in blackouts and destroying their water desalination centers, and no, I'm not for that.
The government's already put them in blackouts. There's an internet blackout going on right now.
Yeah, but they still got lights, bro. I mean, they still, and actually, I mean, they got internet. They just can't use.
So you, how do you know? There's no information coming out of Iran from anything but the Iranian state media.
Actually, well, there is actually some stuff coming out of Iran actually now.
Oh, there is? That's news to me. It hasn't been going on for the past 3 months.
I mean, shoot, they got the Iranians on X.
The Iranians on X?
They're talking. They still out there talking. They still out there posting. So there is still some media coming out of there. Not a lot, because they shut down all access to foreign media besides X for some reason. But that's just that. Hey, that's what they're doing. But they still got lights at least. I mean, you're saying that, hey, I don't even want these guys to have lights.
Did I say I don't want them to have lights? I said I want their military to be in the dark. Why do you keep trying to straw man my argument?
I'm sorry, but let's be real though. You think you're just gonna be putting the military in the dark?
Do you know how you do that? So this is how I know you don't know what you're talking about. Do you know what a transfer center is?
Monty,
do you know what a transfer center is?
No. Tell me an energy infrastructure that you could attack that would just be putting
a transfer center. A transfer center, that's a branch off of the main power plant.
No, Monty, you're not talking about attacking transfer centers. They're talking about main plants, main energy infrastructure. Like,
yes, but of course he's going. Of course, he's going to say broad terms for the Iranian government to fucking get through their dumbass heads. Of course, he's going to say that, and then he's going to go and hit. He's going to go hit this transfer center over here that provides power, and then you're going to be sitting here with your dick in your hand, and be like, "Oh, well, I guess this wasn't a war crime," or you'll try to frame it as if it was because they have to repair it now.
No, if it don't affect the citizens mainly, then I'm okay with it. But if we're blowing up their main energy infrastructure, as Trump's been boasting about, then yeah, that's gonna be a war crime, bro.
And you do know bases have power plants on them, right?
Yeah, but if we're attacking the military bases with those power plants on them, that's fine. I mean, those are military bases, and those mainly power those bases. Actually, they have backup generators. You're right.
Yes,
but he's not talking about that.
How do you know what he's talking about? He said we're going to hit power plants. Did he say we're going to go and make sure we hit all the civilian power plants and leave them? What sense would that make sense?
He says you're going to be in hell. I'm just taking the president at his word at this point, and I'm seeing if he's going to commit to it. I'm just saying if he commits to that, he's pretty much committing war crimes.
You literally want to take him literally and say he's going to just blow up every power plant in the whole fucking country and leave everybody in the dark. That's what you think that's what you gathered out of that.
He could blow up a power plant and leave millions without power, and that would be considered a war crime.
And you think that's what he's going to do? You think after everything?
I'm hoping that's not what he's going to do. I'm saying if he does it.
You can't listen to Trump after reporting on him for over a year now and say, oh yeah, that's what he meant by that. He obviously means duplicity and evil intent, and he's gonna be a war criminal. That's what you gathered out of that?
Bro, even I've said earlier that I said in the last show that I said, bro, he could just be making these guys bend the knee by just using this outrageous language. But if not, he commits to this, then bro, that's gonna be wild.
If you want
I gave Trump the idea he might just be being, extra just to get these guys to concede. I've given that some light. So I'm not sure,
but every time I hear you, if we do this is a war crime. We can't do that. You haven't given any. I haven't heard,
bro. I said if it affects mainly civilians, then yes, it would be considered a war crime. If he commits to it, then yes.
So now cover the other side of that argument and talk to it that way instead of just trying to frame us as war criminals.
Bro, like I said, I made an if statement, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people can catch on and understand what I'm saying. Like, oh, he's saying, well, if he does it, then it would happen. He's not saying that, oh, Trump is going to do this, everybody run for the hills.
I mean, that's not the impression that everybody in the chat has.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you can speak for everybody in the chat now, but I mean,
all 14 of them that are constantly in Discord saying, I don't understand why S.E.T's talking like this. This doesn't make sense.
Please show me. Like, because I don't see that. Whatever, Monty. But like I said, we could just keep it pushing at this point. All right.
Good to go.
Oh, it is the #1 show among infants.
My baby loves it.
Yeah, exactly.
Starts crying till I put it on. Yeah.
I love the contrast between basic people who've been around for the last 10 years and the media. It's a far greater threat to hear an F-bomb than to face a nuclear bomb to them. The greater import is always with words and not deeds. So you have the military rescues, literally one of their own. But we need to be rescued from Trump's words because they're so harmful, especially to children. People telling us, protect the children, the same people that were pushing gender mutilation and drag queens at Story Hour and all that. I think Jesse's right about pretending to be crazy. I will take crazy over a cuck any day. And the Democrat Party is a party of cucks. Losers can sit and watch their country get screwed over and over again. And this guy, he says, you know what? Maybe if I act a little crazy, that's going to stop. I like to think about rescues in general. Like, who do you rescue and from what? Under Trump, we spared no expense in rescuing this serviceman. But under Biden, who did they rescue? They were trying to rescue America from its own military. Because it was a bastion of bigotry and hate. So the rescue was turned inward. It was about language, words, pronouns that you needed to be saved from. What a change we're experiencing. Who would the Dems choose to save? Who have they saved? I remember the Dear Brittany Griner. Wasn't that a great save?
I just wrote that for you.
But if you got to ask them, who would you?
Well, she's an American citizen, but I'm be real with you. That was a bullshit ass trade, though. I mean, bro,
the super spy, the harbinger of death for a basketball player.
Bro, literally, I was like, I mean, look, guys, I'm all about our American citizens, but couldn't we got a better trade? Really, an arms dealer, and we're sending this guy to Russia.
I mean,
what?
I think it's consistent. I think we should spare no expense when we need to get our people back. If this pilot had been captured, we would be moving heaven and earth to make sure that he could get back. Now, what the difference would be between Biden and Trump is, we might give the arms dealer back with an air tag in his left ass cheek so we can fucking bomb him later.
Yeah, actually, I agree with you on that.
You save a girl in her locker room or the man in a dress shaving his private parts next to her? We know that answer because they boasted about it. Or a woman at risk for rape or murder, or the criminal illegal who is here and has a penchant for such mayhem. We know that. They called them sanctuary cities. So they even refused to save us from Joe Biden. Right? They knew he was done. And
no, that's true, though. I remember when I was snapping on Sid when he was trying to sit there and say, oh, you were wrong and all this. And, we all knew Trump was going to war and all this. And I'm just like, bro, first off, Kamala was talking about basically going into war with Russia. Joe Biden pretty much started off Joe Biden let a whole genocide happen under him with a lot of kids getting killed. And I mean, you want to sit here and talk about the Epstein files? All right, great. Let's talk about the kids in Palestine then, since you care so much. So, and I always did say, it's like, look, bro, don't sit here and act like Biden was the better option or Kamala, because they was talking
that is
about
how
war
it's
with
going to
Russia.
be framed. That is how it's going to be framed, and I'm okay with them framing it that way, as long as everybody that has a fucking brain between their ears and IQ above room temperature understands that the better option is not the people that say, yeah, let's go bomb Moscow, let's go fucking let's go give Ukraine offensive weapons that can strike inside and give them fighter jets, dragging Russia into a direct war with us. Those people, those are the smart people. And then and everybody wants to sit back and be like, oh, Trump's doing this. Literally, his last administration, he was the taco president because he didn't do anything with Iran. And then Joe Biden gets props for saying, I'll do something to Iran. And then Kamala Harris gets props for saying, I'll do something to Iran. Trump does something to Iran. And now even our own party is like, oh my God, these are war crimes. Sorry, Set.
Yeah, I get you. I'm weak as well. I'll be real with you. They are. If he commits to it, they'll be war crimes. And here's the problem: him getting involved with Iran. I mean, F it. It is what it is. But if he need to take it, if he actually does take it to this level, then even if it doesn't get put as a war crime, which I mean, I'll be real with you, whoever holds us accountable. So most likely nobody's gonna come after us. They'll say it, but nobody's gonna do anything to us. But the problem is that it's going to be the retaliation after that happens. I mean, if we do that and we commit to it, that better be the last strike we hit on Iran, and we cannot let them shoot back, or they're taking everybody out.
If they shoot back, you don't hamstring yourself. That's why there's a reason you call me Monty the General, because I will win wars and you will capitulate. I don't.
No, actually, I wouldn't get into wars. I'd be a peacemaker, and you'd be a warmonger.
No, I'd be the fucking big ass baseball bat behind the peacekeeper.
I'm weak.
You don't go to drug deals without a gun. If you don't have a gun, you have a guy that has a gun.
I mean, here's the problem though, Monty. Like, all right, hold on. Explain your point though. Hold on.
It was a loose metaphor, but like even if you want to be the peacemaker, absolutely, I am all for that. I believe that is the first step that should be taken. But you don't sit there and say, I want to be the peacemaker and let things happen to you because you want to be naive to the reality of the situation. There is a certain point in which the guy with the baseball bat comes in and fucks shit up.
Yeah, but in this
we're
case,
essentially the mafia.
Baseball bat unnecessarily came in and fucked shit up, basically.
No, because we weren't getting anywhere. You were being sold through rose-colored glasses that Iran was just trying to be this peaceful country, and they weren't doing anything illegal.
The IAEA agrees with me. Like, bro,
no, the IAEA does not agree with you.
They do. What you're quoting is 2021, which is outside the agreement, and I proved this and to you multiple times.
Hey, Seth.
Everybody has proven that they were under that deal and they were abiding by it.
No, they weren't. Here's the thing.
Were.
As soon as
everybody said, bro, I don't even know how you don't notice at this point. This is what's been constantly been.
How long was the deal agreed upon?
Bro, from 2015, it was supposed to be longer, but we pulled out in 2018.
No. How long was the deal?
2018, Monty. So
listen, you're trying to overtalk me and you're not listening again. How long was the deal agreed upon for?
Monty, it doesn't matter because we got out of it.
It does. It absolutely does matter. Just answer the question.
How it does? Because I'm sorry.
Answer the question.
Answering the question. If it bro, because we got.
Do you not know the answer? Do you not know the answer?
No. It's just a useless question. I'm sorry.
Do you not know the answer to it?
No, Monty. Can you just? All right. How about this? Just tell me already, because I'm sorry, but you're not making a point here. Get to the point.
The deal was signed for 15 years, Seth. 15 years.
And we got, and that doesn't matter. That's the funny part, because we got out of it and we didn't.
But you didn't even know that. You claim to be an expert on
that. I didn't know that. You just proved that it didn't even mean anything because
it literally
we got out of it in 2018. So what is that? So what is the full length of the term of which we were supposed to be under have to do with us getting out of it?
Are you going to let me talk, or are you just?
Please, explain that part.
So when they signed that deal, there was people. The only people that signed that deal were Democrats. He had a House and fucking Senate controlled by Democrats, while he was the Democratic president. Republicans literally spoke up against it, said this is a bad deal. This only gives this gives them 15 years of money that they're going to use on their military. And sure, they might comply with IAEA regulations here and there, and oh, look at over here while we do this and over here, as they've done in the past. Now, none of that even matters, because guess what? When Iran signed the deal, irrespective of if we pulled out of the deal, they were still supposed to maintain the deal, which is why the IAEA says they're violating the deal currently.
No, actually, when you sit there and you pull out the deal and you impose the sanctions, the whole reason why they were even in the deal, you designate the IRGC as a terrorist group, and then you kill a general. That's when they got started enriching to that 60%. So
while they were still under the deal, so they broke the deal too.
We didn't even hold up our side of the deal, but we're getting mad at them for not holding up theirs. Like, how silly does that sound?
Because they agreed to it. If they're this noble people, that if they don't want a nuclear weapon like they claim so hard that they're not trying to get, why do they need to break the deal? Because
we were doing acts of aggression towards them. We killed the whole general. We designated. We put the sanctions back on them. We didn't abide by no part of our deal. Plus, we escalated. That's why.
Because they are a terrorist organization. Anybody that uses fear to induce politics is a terrorist.
You can't break out of a deal and then expect somebody else to hold up their side. That's just, I mean, come on now. What are we even saying here?
Because it is the deal goes to a broader context of nuclear non-proliferation, which they're not supposed to do anyway.
Actually, under that, they're under the proliferation treaty, by the way, and they do have a right to enrichment. The thing is, under the JCPOA, they was able to enrich
up to 3.5%. Up to 3.5. 3.5. It's or 3.6, 3.5, whatever. Not 60 to 90.
And when did they do that? In 2021. And what happened before that?
The non-proliferation says you can't go past 15.
Monty, what happened before they actually did that?
We got
out of the JCPOA. We put sanctions back on them. We killed.
What part of this are you missing?
And we labeled the IRGC a terrorist group. Those are all acts of aggression.
Is the IRGC a terrorist group? Yes or no? Is the IRGC a terrorist
group? But guess what? Agree with it or not, those are still acts of aggression.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
To say, hey, you're a terrorist.
When you greenlight somebody as a terrorist group, that means, bro, we can really use military force on you.
Yeah. Because you don't does a peaceful group want terrorists?
That's why labeling a group as a terrorist group is such a serious thing. You just don't do it to anybody.
Yeah, I mean, you do it to anybody that commits terrorism.
I mean, yeah, but here's the thing: agree with it or not, it is still an act.
No, it's not agree with it or not. It's a matter of fact.
Yeah, okay, great. A matter of fact, it happened. Great. So what I'm pretty much saying is you can't sit there and say that they weren't abiding by it when we weren't abiding by it either.
They weren't abiding by the nuclear non-proliferation that they signed in fucking 1950.
Bro, under the IAEA and under JCPOA, they was abiding by it and they kept it at
no, they weren't. They're literally, oh my God, fuck the JCPOA. Hit the JCPOA.
That's the whole argument, my man.
No, it's not. The JCPOA was us saying, hey, stop violating the law. The JCPOA was a band-aid to the problem that they were already committing crimes.
Monty, you're moving the goalposts at this point.
It's not moving the goalposts. You don't understand how this works.
No, I do. It's just that you don't understand, well, honestly, the history of it.
I don't understand the history of it.
So I guess
what don't I understand?
Because we disagree on that.
What don't I understand? You literally,
Monty, I just explained to you the history. You're just saying none of that matters. So I mean, all right,
it doesn't matter. The JCPOA was not.
Disagree, Monty. All right, and let's just let it be. Just let it.
Bro, you don't want any
Monty,
voices of opposition to you.
We'll have a good little conversation on it, but we're not going to drag it out. There's other things to get to. Like I said, that's how a show works. That's how they do it. You give it a segment. You don't drag it on for the entire show.
So you're just going to be hard-headed through everything and not listen to anything I'm saying.
Monty, no. I mean, if you could look at it like that if you want to, but that's up to you. But all right, next video.
That's bullshit.
I'm Harry Enton, and we are running all the numbers on why war isn't helping Trump, and you won't see this on air. Why is there not a rally around the flag event for Donald Trump? In fact, you look at these numbers, they're absolutely bonkers. There's been the opposite of a